Hello, everybody. It is 6:30 Mountain Time, and I am here, as promised, for our live it's live target market workshop / masterclass / I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about target markets. So let me open up my Facebook in case. Oh, that's weird. I can see myself on my phone. I was hoping just to see the comments, but you know what? I'll be able to see the comments on Be Live TV because it's awesome. So I definitely want to just dive in because I know for some of you it's dinner time, for some of you you're getting your kids to bed or whatever that looks like. I'm going to start with saying thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you so much for your engagement. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. We love you and we appreciate you. We appreciate your ideas, and we really are from the bottom of our hearts thankful that you're here, because it's really hard to get your target market into a group, right? So you guys are here not only because you're our target market, but also because we value your opinions. And I want to teach you something. I want to teach you something that you either, one, get a result and you know who you're working with, or two, you start wondering, who should I work with? And that is a success, right? Because if you can't really narrow her down in the next 30 days, that's okay. We can work with you to make sure that you know who you're communicating with online and offline. So let's begin. Let's start. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Again, target market, who the heck are you going to work with, right? So let me explain what target market means, because there's so much of this lingo flying around everywhere. So avatar, ICA, ideal client, ideal customer, whatever you hear online and what that is, it means the person you are meant to serve, the person who's going to buy your products, the person who's going to talk about your services, the person who's going to sign up for your online programs, the person who's going to buy your stuff. That's what target market is. And that's exactly what we're trying to define in week 1 of this 30-day pop-up. So yes, we're throwing all this good stuff at you and you're like, holy smokes, I can't keep up. I want you to understand that you can save all of these, right? You can go back and you can open up the discussions with Kes or myself, and we'd be happy to help. This is what we've been doing for years and years and years. So please reach out. So target market, who the heck you want to work with, who your product is for, and what does your product do for them. So I want you to understand why we're spending so many days on target market. If you do not know who you're selling to or even creating a product for, or maybe you're creating a product and no one needs it, quite honestly, that's why target market is so important. Because if you could discover that one person who wants your product, who needs your product, then we can use language. We can create a landing page. We can do hashtags that relate to her. We can give her advice that she needs. For example, this group is our target market, is new entrepreneurs, 0 to 2 years in their business, and they want to build an online community. They want to build an online product. And they are 34 years old. And they've worked for, like a few years, but maybe they've decided to stay home now with their kids. Anyways, what I'm saying is you guys kind of fit into our target market mold, and that's beautiful because that means 238 people, which might not sound like a lot, but 238 people are listening to our message, the Hello Life Academy's message. So I want you to think about that. Now I want you to also think about Starbucks. Hello. So Starbucks started with a very clear target market. They were going to serve coffee to somebody who made $100,000 a year and wanted to hold a nicer cup. Isn't that crazy? So it was a status thing, but they did it and they nailed it, and now you can get many other products. Let me talk to you about a very specific target market, that Lululemon. So Lululemon is the fitness apparel, and they started in Canada. But I love hearing their target market story. And I think you will too, because I think you're going to start getting those wheels spinning and start understanding why it's so important. And if you think about Lululemon, they sell millions of products every month. So Lululemon's target market, and you're not going to believe this if you know Lululemon, is a 37-year-old career woman who makes $200,000 a year. When I found this out in my research, I crapped my pants. Not seriously, but I was thinking, oh my goodness, are you kidding? Like, because the majority of people wearing Lululemon probably make $60,000 and probably don't even exercise. So here's where their target market was spot on and why they were able to sell and expand throughout the world. They knew that everyone desired to be the 37-year-old woman who was making $200,000 a year going to fitness classes 5 times a week. They knew that it was a status thing. They knew that if someone wore those pants, that's what they would feel like. That's what they would look like. That's what they would like. They would have this sense of confidence when you put on a Lululemon pair of pants, you feel like you're dressed up. So it was so specific. Now, yes, that's not who buys their product, but the 25-year-old who does buy their product aspires to be that 37-year-old with a successful corporate entrepreneur career. So who you want to work with is very, very important, because then we can develop your brand, we can develop your Pinterest, we can develop your stories, and we can communicate with that one person in the world, that one person who needs your products. Now, I'm going to tell you, there isn't just one person who needs your product, but we know that one person has many other people in their lives that they know. So being specific about who you want to work with allows you to also create ads that can target her. So it's fantastic, and it's the very first spot we start with the HLA Life Academy. We need to know who you want to offer your services to so that we can create an entire business around this one person who needs your service. There's also another really great example is HelloFresh or Chef's Plate. It's for the busy woman who can't always figure out what to make for dinner, and it gets delivered to the door, but it's fresh ingredients. That woman cares about health. She cares about what she's putting into her mouth. She wants to do a family dinner. So they have a target market or / avatar. Avatar is another word for target market. So I'm really excited that we're diving into this, and I know that some of you have many questions. And I'm going to say, please, please, please reduce the stress, reduce the pressure, because sometimes your target market hits you after the product. It's this weird thing. You're creating this product, and you can't put her into a sentence. But then all of a sudden you keep seeing a person who's buying your product and they have some things in common, and there comes your avatar / target market. So release the pressure. Some people succeed without narrowing it down, and others really need to get clear. And the people that need to get clear are the people who say, yeah, I help all women get healthy. Or yeah, my product helps men, women, kids, babies, dogs. That's crazy. You can't help everyone. So getting really clear allows you to sell more products, and it really does. We've experienced it over and over and over, and our clients experience it as well. So let's dive in and do some work. So if you're watching this live, I do want you to grab a pen and pencil or a paper and pen, or you can just type some notes, because this is in the Target Market Masterclass. It's also in your workbook, day 2. And I know that some of our audience and some of our clients and some of the people in this group need to hear me say it to really kind of like grasp it. Now I'm that way. I need to hear someone talk to me to relay and resonate the message with me. Let's fix those bangs. So you have a product, you have a service, or you just have an idea right now. And you know that your target market needs to be more specific because you want to talk to that person and you want to make sales every day. And you also, honestly, want to eliminate the people you don't want to work with, which is okay. So I want to ask you a question, and I want you to grab your paper and I want you to write down, let's say you're a life coach, or you signed up for Rodan and Fields, or you sell Isogenics. Write down what inspired you truly. Now this is going to take some thought, but write 3 things down. So 1, 2, 3. What inspired you to buy that product, or to join that team, or to become a health coach, or to become a fitness instructor, or to get the bariatric surgery? What inspired you? 3 things to take that step forward into doing that next thing. So I'll let you kind of think of this a little bit, and I won't spend a lot of time here because I know some people are going to watch the replay. But this is sort of that one step for you to recognize why people are going to buy your products and what moves people forward through the buying process. Now, we have to remember, most of the products we buy now, we don't ever meet the person. We're behind a computer screen. We purchase. I mean, we click buy. We send a few messages to that person. So we need to understand how we can make connection, which is later on, but how we make connection with your target market. So I really want you to write 3 reasons why you felt inspired to make the purchase, to join the club, maybe sign up for golfing, whatever that is. Pick one thing and then list 3 items and feelings that made you take a step forward. This helps all of our clients because then they recognize what those 3 things are. They're like, oh my gosh, it's because I wanted to be part of a community, or I really needed to make a change in my health, or I was trying, honestly, to get out of the house. I needed friends. And don't be ashamed of your reasons, because your reasons are your reasons. They're 100% all yours, and we want to hear them. So maybe you have one right now that you want to comment and you want to inspire others and shift and get the ball rolling. So I'll tell you what inspired me to start Hello Life was because I wanted to be surrounded by women. I had my kids, I felt lonely, and I knew that I was gonna fall into a trap, honestly, of being depressed if I didn't surround myself by other people. Or quite honestly, I didn't force myself to go to the gym or force myself to show up to someone's Avon party or Stella and Dot. I needed that community. So, I want to hear what inspired you to take those next steps. Now, I know we're talking about target market, but you are a big reason why your business is starting. I hope so. So you are the reason why you signed up for these things. So no one understands that like you. And yeah, you can tell people like, here's the exact steps, how I made my first 5 figures. But honestly, unless you discover who you are and who your target market is, it's going to be hard for you to move forward in your business. And I know this is getting deep and woo-woo, so we won't stay a long time here. You can send me messages. You can ask me questions about how I moved Hello Life from a studio offline to online to all these great things. But just think about this. What inspired you, and write them down. Okay, so moving on. I love asking this question because often the answer is, I have no friggin' clue. So I'm gonna ask you guys, write 3 things again. Grab your paper, grab your iPads, whatever you have in front of you. What are 3 things that you like? So this doesn't even have to be related to the product you're selling or the service you're offering. But what are the 3 things you like? Now, let's say you're in a stage where you really don't know what you like because you've been busy and you've been running around with kids and you really don't know. Oh, I see a message, but I can't see the message, so that's okay. I'll answer later. So what is it that you like? So are there brands that you enjoy, or are there things that you want to do but you can't find the time to do, but you know you like them? Or do you really like buying Lululemon, or maybe you love Stella and Dot, or maybe you love doTERRA, or maybe you love going to the gym, or maybe you love bar, or maybe you love Pilates. But I want you to just start with writing 3 things that you like. Now, what I'm trying to do, if you're watching or if you're listening over and replay, I'm trying to get you to realize that your target market is a person. It's a real life person. So she has likes. She has things that's inspired her. She has desires. She has dreams. She has goals. No matter what it is, if you're selling a phone or a pen or a cup of coffee or a craft or an online coaching program, these are key questions that I'm asking you that will start to stimulate your brain into thinking that, yes, the person I'm selling to and offering these services to is real. She's a real person. So take up the sales portion of it. You need to connect with that person. And if you're not quite sure how, that's okay, because we can coach you through that. And it's not going to be, let me rephrase that. It has to be authentic. So we can't force a conversation or force that what you like. So think of that. Are you a mountain mama Lenora? Or are you a beach girl? Are you a California dreamer, or do you love Florida? Do you love reading personal development books, or do you like reading romance novels? So starting to get you to think that your target market is a person very, very similar to you. And I want to emphasize what I just said. So your target market overall, from what we've seen and data that we've collected by coaching our clients, is you 3 to 5 years ago. You know your product the best. You know how it solved a problem for you. Now, this brings up a really good point, and I want you to listen, and I want you to really, really close your eyes and think about this. Is your business or your product something that you would use or do or purchase? Because if it's not, you're going to struggle and you're going to have a hard time to find people who buy that product. So if you hate spinning, cycling, if you hate it, and you start opening up a studio that's a spin studio, you're going to struggle to sell that. You're going to struggle to resonate with your target market. If you are selling, for example, if you're selling a business coach program, if you're selling the Hello Life Academy and you've never had a business, or you don't know how to connect with people, and that's not your strength, that's going to come across, right? So I want you to think of yourself 3 to 5 years ago and where you were and what inspired you to start, what inspires you in life, and what you like to do. So let's move on, ladies. Okay, so everyone has feelings, right? And I hope you do, because if you don't, like, that sucks. So everybody has feelings. Let me just check the comments. I don't think we have any. So everyone has feelings. Now, feelings everybody makes a purchase based on feelings, always. And I know you probably heard that 1,000 times, but I'm telling you because it's friggin' true. Now you think about your target market and you know what inspires her, you know what she likes doing. You probably start thinking about the colors she's drawn to, you know how many kids she has, so she wants some time to herself. Now she has feelings. So I need you to list 5 feelings or words. If you can't pick feelings, pick 5 things right now, 5 things that she's feeling or going through. So for example, lonely, anxiety, depression, inspired, happy, sad, motivated, not motivated. I don't know if that's a feeling or not, but emotional. Maybe she's an emotional wreck, or maybe she's succeeding in all of her emotions. Is she organized? Is she disorganized? Is she a shopaholic? Does she purchase every single thing that gets released into the world? Is she connected? Is she shy? Is she an introvert, extrovert? These are things that help you define who she is and help you be able to envision what she actually looks like. Again, if we know these things, we can use hashtags, we can use language, we can use images, we can use products that she's going to need, and they're going to help her along the way. So this might sound crazy to some of you, but picturing a real person walking into your store or going online and buying your product is going to help you make sales. So target market is the first step to making a sale or to having an online business. And it's pretty amazing because you have to, if you were to take this business to a bank, you'd have to do a SWOT analysis. You would have to do a business plan. You'd have to say, I have 40,000 people here that will buy my product. So I want you to take this seriously. This is a business, and your target market is very, very important. Again, she has feelings. We need to connect with those feelings so that we see our customers as real people and not just buyers. Real people, not just buyers. Hashtag. Okay, so now we're going to get into like a deeper place with her, okay? So she, you know how she feels, you can see what she looks like, you know how many kids she has, you can probably picture her house, you know what she's feeling when she falls asleep, she's feeling anxious, she wants to lose 5 pounds, She wants to wear lipstick that lasts 24 hours. She has these desires when she lays down to go to bed, and you just hit those. You're going to figure it out. And by the end of this week, you will. And again, if you don't, please reach out to us. I love, love, love defining target markets. It's something I love doing. Okay, now you know who she is. Who's she following? Who is she following? What books is she reading? Right? Where is she shopping? Is she a Lululemon gal or is she a Walmart girl? Is she a Sobeys girl or an organic market person? Is she following Stella and Dot, or is she following Fifth Avenue Jewelry? I'm not sure if they're still a thing. Is she wearing Arbonne or Rodan and Fields? What is she doing? Who is she following? Is she following CrossFit or is she following Pilates? Is she following fancy dresses? So let's think Chanel, or is she following Reitmans? These are important because then again, you know what's in her closet, you know what's in her shelves, you know what she's buying, you know where she's shopping, you know where to find her, which is the next step when we move forward in the next few weeks, finding her, growing your audience, getting them to click and buy. So I love this because I think, I think about our people, and I think about who is the academy, like who would walk into the academy? And I know that it's a woman who likes pretty things. She's like, ooh, I like this. And she's also a creative genius. She could create all day, every day if someone would let her. But she gets anxious at the same time because she has 100 ideas, probably 1,000 ideas that run through her mind every single day, and she cannot narrow them down because she needs someone in her corner saying, Sarah, you've got this. Let's pick one and move forward, which is the HLA Life Academy. Our target market has all these great ideas. She's a beautiful soul. She's busy. She likes to help other people. She probably puts other people first, often. She was probably been going, making sure that other people succeed. She's that person that's standing behind everyone saying, you're doing a great job. I believe in you. And finally, for the first time, when she sees the academy, she's like, I have an idea, and I know that this can help me move forward. I know that I can have a business that's successful, but you know what? I'm so sick and tired of doing it alone that I have these people, these 15 other women, that I want to do it around. Finally, I don't want to be alone anymore. That's her. That's our academy market. And I know some of you listening are going to say, oh my gosh, that's not me at all. And that's okay. Because I want you to think about Lululemon. Not everybody that buys Lululemon is 37 and makes $200,000 a year. But they're so clear on their message and so clear on what they can offer people, which is exactly our target market. So I'm telling you our target market because when I say it, she's a real person to me. I can see her. I feel like I'm FaceTiming with her. I can see her. When I meet someone, when I meet a woman, I can connect and know that, oh my gosh, we can help you. Like, and not from a place of selling at all, ever. And that's what I want you guys, all 240 of you, 238, to feel, that you're not selling, that you're connecting and you're communicating, and that you know your target market so well that everything falls into place for you, which is why I love target market and why I want you to do the work. Her feelings, what does she like? What inspired you? What inspired her? The workbook has it all, and so does the Target Market Masterclass, and now you're getting it when I'm talking to you here. So again, I'm gonna wrap up. Man, I get out of breath when I talk. See, someone needs, whose target market am I? So I'm going to open it up for questions just for a few minutes. I'm going to open up the comments. I think they're open, but I try not to get too distracted by them. Okay, so I'm seeing some comments. Deborah, I love it. Words, spirituality flowing. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to look through these. If you have any questions, comment, and I will answer them after the live. I can either go live, or I'll just answer them on there, or I'll message you. So I'm going to say, I'm going to wrap up this great live workshop. I think it was great. So maybe I can get some feedback if you want something else, or if you want more information or clarity. I do want to wrap up with two things. The first thing is, the Academy is not a done-for-you business, and it's definitely not a step-to-step process. It's unique. Every single woman who comes to the Academy is unique and special. Every single person who goes through the Academy has a different business, regardless if we have 2 health coaches or 5 fitness trainers. There are no 2 people who are alike, so we want to define your target market based on your story. Now, you have a story. You have a product that is different from someone else. No matter what, there are no 2 people with the same lives. There are no 2 people with perspectives. So I really want you to think about that. If you ever start thinking, oh my gosh, there's so much competition. I'm just another health coach. Oh my gosh, I'm just another Isogenics rep. Oh my gosh, I'm just another lip sense person. Screw that. You're not. You're unique. You chose to be inspired. You like different things. You have a story, and your target market needs to know it because they're probably you and they can't step out of their shell yet. So they're waiting to join your team, or they're waiting to buy your products. So if they are online, here's a question, Sherry, thank you. If they're online, do you still need to figure out where to physically find her in person? No, you don't, because she's online probably all the time. So what you do need to define is, and we didn't talk about this, but great question, when is she on Facebook? Or when is she online searching the www web, wide web, when? So is she online at 6 a.m., 12, 3, 2, 5? Now here's a great thing. You can poll your audience. You can ask the question. So if you know what your product is or your target market, you're getting really close, nothing stops you from going onto your personal page on your personal Facebook and say, hey, everybody, I'm doing some research. Who is online between the hours of 9 to 12, 3 to 6, or 9 to 11 p.m. And it'll open up the doors and also open up those lines of communication to people who may not have answered or reached out to you in years on Facebook. So don't be afraid to ask those questions. I love that question. So Deborah's asking, I'm not sure I have something saleable, so I don't know my target market still. Absolutely, and you know what? You might not know, but whenever someone says this to me, and I don't know you very well, but I want you to think, when you close your eyes, really, when you close your eyes, what are you doing in your business? What is the service that you're offering, and what is the product that you're handing to someone? Now, this always helps me decide with my products and our client products, because I can see what they really want to do, and I can see what they're doing just because they're supposed to be. So if I don't know anything about your business, Deborah, but let's say, for example, a fitness trainer, and she can see herself working with clients one-on-one when she closes her eyes, and she's excited about that, but all she's doing is group fitness classes. It's going to fail. It's going to fail long-term because it's just not going to work out. So I want you to really, really, really think. Close your eyes. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you want to offer, and think about your story. What is it? Why are you doing what you're going to do? Why are you here in this group? What do you see yourself doing if the world had no limits, and it doesn't have any limits? So what would you do, honestly, if the sky was the limit and money didn't exist? And that's what I say. I recognize that money has to exist, but ask yourself that. Great question. Yes, so Laura answered, like, why? Am I just another coach to push through and draw in our target market? Okay, let me reread this before maybe a good thing to ask yourself, why you're unique, and get out of the rut of I am just another coach to push through and draw in our target market. So what I'm understanding from that comment is that we need to connect with our why before we know our target market. And you might, Deborah, be able to reach out to Laura and talk to her about that. So I am gonna wrap it up because it's 7 o'clock. Yes, so that's beautiful. And that is the service. And defining that service and defining that product will come, but maybe it's a 3-week program, or maybe it's a customized. You don't have to have 10 days or 21 days. If someone needs 1 day, that's fine, right? If somebody needs 100 days, that's also fine. So thank you so much for being here. I hope for anyone that's watching live that we've connected in some way. And I hope for anyone that's watching the replay that you get to go through the questions and you understand the whole process, because it is a beautiful process. And it's also a lot of fun. So again, reduce the pressure. This is not meant to be like hard work. It's meant to be creative and open. So picture who's coming into your store, online, offline, wherever that is. Picture her and she will come to you. So thank you so much, everybody. Bye.